Hey folks, Untamed TV fans, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. We have a nice show lined up for you. We've got the author Debbie Bowen right here sitting next to me, and Jerem Bowen, is that correct?
Yes.
Right there, dressed as a Roman warrior. Why? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, we need to get to know Debbie a little bit. Debbie, you and I actually have just met.
Yes.
I mean, just a few moments ago. But I understand you're a mom. You're an author. These 4 books. You're a superhero, of course, because all moms are. Is that right?
No.
So you are a mother of how many children?
10.
10 children. Okay, so that is a mother.
It is.
I mean, I guess you're a mother the second you have a child.
Yes.
But man, when you've got 10, that's quite a bit. And you're also an author. Where do you find time to write?
My first few books were one night a week, hiding out in a bedroom while my husband watched the kids and put them to bed. As they got older, I was able to sometimes in the afternoon have an hour or two, but just little bit snippets here and there.
Well, tell me about your work. Looking at these books, I surmise that a lot of it is about trying to balance family life with the rest of your life.
Yes.
And also trying to steer your children in the right direction, which we all know is pretty hard. I mean, you never know when they might show up for a TV shoot dressed as a Roman.
That's right.
And that's not fair, because he actually is being forced into this at the moment. And again, we'll get to that later, but tell us about your work.
Well, my first one was this one, From Pampered to Productive, and it's just about teaching children how to work. With 10 children and being a homeschool mom, I had to find ways to get the housework and the laundry done and still have time for all those things. So that was my story of figuring out how to get that done. This one, Nobody's Better Than You, Mom, my husband calls a mushy motherhood book. It's just from my heart to a mother's heart on tender things about being a mother and some of those things.
You viewers out there, take note. Mother's Day is coming up, and nothing gets to Mom like the Mushy Mother Day book.
Yeah.
So put that on your list.
And this one, Simply Saying, is years ago when I had 3 children, I heard someone say, not everything worth doing is worth doing well. Sometimes good enough is good enough. And I went home that very day and put that into practice. And I had a tendency to be a little bit of a perfectionist, and so that became my motto. And now sometimes that backfires, because when I'm trying too hard to push the kids, they say, sometimes
I read
good
your book.
enough is good enough, Mom.
Yeah, I read your book, Mom. This is one of those times
So
it's good enough.
Backfires on me. And this one is my latest one, Raising Latter-day Stripling Warriors, and it's my first faith-based book. I talk about 5 strategies for helping our children grow up to be more faithful, valiant, like the Stripling Warriors in the Book of Mormon. And I talk about family prayer, family home evening, family meals, family scripture study, and family traditions. Those are my 5 strategies.
Okay.
And I know that we've heard those 100 times, but I tell personal stories in there, tell stories on myself, and they're not all good ones.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, now I want to read it. I want to read the dirt, you know.
And then I have lots of quotes from prophets and apostles and promises for doing each of those, that sometimes we forget that these aren't just things to make life harder and more complicated, that there are prophetic promises for doing those. And in the end, the last chapter, there's a little twist that you may not have ever understood about why those are important. And I think if we realize why they're important, there's more motivation to do it rather than just one more thing to do every day.
That you've got to do.
Right.
And that's where Jerem comes in, right?
Yeah.
You have him dressed like this. Actually, he's a very good boy. He dressed up to help his mom.
He did.
To promote the idea of the warrior.
Right.
Your book.
He did.
Have you actually gone out to like bookstores and done this? And
We have not. No.
he's like, I'm going to kill you, Craig, for making
yet.
that suggestion.
Thank you for bringing that up. No, that's a new idea for her.
No. So your books, how's the reception been? I mean, what are people saying to you? And
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. People who have read them. One lady, when she read this one, she went to look for it at a bookstore during lunch one day, and just happened upon that, and she happened to be a friend of my neighbor, and she said, it really changed my life, and it was just what I needed that day. So
Really?
yeah, and then there's testimonials on the back of the pampered one. So and that's what they're for. They're to help people. That's why I write it. I just raising 10 children, I know how hard motherhood could be.
Yeah.
And that's my goal, is if I can help some other mother get through it a little easier, that's the purpose of it.
I'm going to get this one for my mom, because she didn't raise 10 children, but she raised me, which was almost equivalent to 10 children and that sort of thing. Before we go any further or wrap this up, I mean, there's people out there right now that are saying, well, how can I get these books? I mean, are they available widely? Where's a good spot to
They are on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
You can get them at Amazon or cedarfort.com. That's my publisher. You can order them straight from Cedar Fort as well.
Okay.
So.
Okay. What about, do you do any live appearances? Do you any bookstore signings, anything like that?
I have done that in the past. Usually that is organized through my publisher. So, but I have done that in the past.
Right.
So.
Well, 4 books, 10 children under your list. What's next? I guess that's the next the obvious question.
I'm taking a break right now, but you never know. So you just get those promptings and those feelings, and you get an idea, and then I go for it. So.
Yeah. You got a book in you, Jerem?
Not yet.
Not quite yet?
I love reading books.
Do you?
He is a reader.
Haven't written any.
He's going to write, my mom made me dress up on TV.
In fact, if I can say something about this book, the title, Nobody's Better Than You, Mom, came from him as a little boy when he was sick, and I was holding him in my arms, and he said to me, nobody in the whole world is better than you. Nobody's better than you, Mom. And now it's the title of a book, so it's very sweet.
Oh, dude, that makes me like you a whole lot more. It really does.
Might look fierce on the outside, but it's tender inside.
He's got a tender
Man,
heart.
this guy should write your books. It sounds to me like he's got it down. He's got it down. Author Debbie Bowen, 4 nice books that you can pick up. Various subjects. If you're a mom out there, these books are for you. And if you're not a mom, or you want to be a mom, or you have a mom, or you've seen a mom, these books are all for you. They're all for you. Any parting words before we cut you loose? He's got a battle to fight.
He does.
Right.
He does.
You didn't even show him the sword.
Oh.
Show him the sword.
Oh boy, I've got the whole outfit up here. Watch out.
And the shield.
Yep.
Nobody's better than you, Jerem.
Thank you.
Those are the parting words.
Those are the parting words. Thanks for joining us on Untamed Television. And do yourself a favor. Go get one of these books.
Untamed TV. Untamed.